All right, this is your boy Taco Burger with Taco Burger News, your premier source for Taco Burger news game taco. Well, anyway, um, we're going to talk about Stalker 2 on PS5. So, if you didn't know, Stalker 2 was on Xbox for a whole year, and now it's able to be released on PS5. So, here's a few details just in case you're looking to get into Stalker 2. Now, just my personal opinion on this game, I checked out the trailer. Very, very high graphic, beautiful looking game. I mean, like, looks like you could really get immersed in it. Um, Definitely get lost in it, have a good time. I like games like that that kind of take you on a escape away from what you're, currently experiencing in life. And then, it might be a worse situation in the game. Who knows? But it's still pretty fun. So let's talk a little bit about it. So here's the launch times. It is going to be New York time, Eastern time will be 7 a.m. That'll be for November 20th. All of these times are for November 20th. Los Angeles would be 4 a.m. London would be 12 p.m. And Kiev would be 2 p.m. Now, I apologize if I didn't pronounce that last place correctly. Now, the file size is going to be a massive 153 gigabytes. So you better clear some space out tonight if you plan on downloading it. So here's where the PS5 version shines over the standard Xbox version. It has DualSense haptics. You'll feel every gunshot and anomaly. The controller vibrates differently for each weapon caliber. Now, if you didn't know, the PS5 has a very, very extensively good controller that has a lot of haptics on it and stuff like that. Now, a lot of people used to turn those features off and because it would save battery on the controller or it made it easier to play with because on Call of Duty it'd be shaking up something fierce, probably making people lose shots with their no recoil guns. So that's cool. They'll also have adaptive triggers. The triggers lock up or provide resistance depending on the gun's condition. So it could be a jamming simulation and possibly weight of the trigger. So that's interesting there. I think that'll provide a little bit of realism for it. But once again, I can see a lot of gamers turning that off. Last thing you want is a physically frustrating situation along with a mentally frustrating situation. All right, controller speaker. Radio chatter and giga counter noises come directly from the controller in your hands, adding immersion. Now, whether that will add immersion or not is definitely debatable. I can say the Geiger counter, definitely in the radio. I guess I could see that adding a little bit of immersion. And also gyro aiming, fully supported for fine tuning headshots. Now that sounds awesome. Like you can use the controller physically to kind of get your shots off. Along with the trigger feels that could really make for a realistic experience. So let's compare the two between the PS5 and the Xbox Series X version. The graphics almost identical to the Series X version. Performance mode targets 60 frames per second, a dynamic 1440p upscaled. Quality mode targets about 30 frames per second with higher ray tracing features. Load times. The PS5 is testing slightly faster on loading screens due to the SSD architecture. So the thing about it is the PS5 players are getting the Expedition Update version day one. This means 12 months of bug fixes that Xbox players had to wait for are already baked in. So that's a pretty cool advantage of getting a game a little later. They get to iron out all the little lumps and stuff to make sure that you got a pretty solid product to enjoy. So definitely, I think that's a pretty cool advantage they're having there. So let's get down to the prices. How much is this going to cost you out of pocket? For the standard edition, it's going to be $59.99. This is all USD. For the deluxe edition, it's going to be $79.99. Includes side quest plus skins. Now, the Ultimate Edition is at $109.99. So that comes with the Season Pass plus multiplayer skins. All right, so is the PS5 version the ultimate way to play Stalker 2? After a year of patches and exclusive DualSense features, the answer might be yes. But of course, that's debatable for every gamer. At any rate, get in the comments and let me know how you feel about it. Will you be playing Stalker 2 on? At any rate, get in the comments. At any rate, get in the comments and let me know what you think about this. Are you going to be playing Stalker 2 on release day? Or are you just going to be watching somebody else play it? This has been your boy Taco Burger with Taco Burger News, and I'm out.